So my first experience with the MDMA therapy was incredibly helpful and dug up so many memories that I had really like stuffed away. And then after the ceremony, I let go of a lot of that. I burned the writings and really like tried to release what I brought up. Um, so about 6 months after the first one, I did a second MDMA ceremony because I wanted to look more thoroughly. The first one was like kind of a scratching the surface of a lot of the abuse I had experienced in childhood, and like my intentions with the second one were to go in and get like a very detailed timeline of my childhood, including everything, and I wanted to visit some other topics. Like I have a lot of body pain on my right side and shoulder, and wanted to visit like any memories I had around having that pain. And so I had some more specific intentions with the ceremony. And I think what seems to be important from my experience in hosting these ceremonies is to find a location that you're going to be it's going to be private, that you'll have the space to sit for 4 to 5 hours, maybe longer, and not be interrupted. Something that feels like safe and feels clean energy. I think using a bedroom is probably not the best idea. I like the idea of using a neutral space, something that's not in your house, a space that's going to be clear of any of your energy, and like neutral energy, if that makes sense. So finding a space, having a trusted person there to help you, to guide you, to record, to just be a support, and then having clear intentions of like what you're trying to do with the ceremony, all seem to be pretty important. So I picked a meditation place forest area on Kauai while I was visiting Kauai, and had my best friend be the sitter for me, and she really didn't have any experience with medicine work, and I just briefed her and knew that like this experience would be healing for me and also healing for her, to see that she can be a guide and can be a support. And yeah, so I thought I figured it'd be like mutually beneficial, and I chose someone that I trust with my life, and someone that I'm not afraid to expose myself to. That's very, very important. So we went to the site, said a prayer, gave an offering, and I took the medicine, laid down, and this was the medicine I was using on this experience was older, and I didn't feel any effect like 30 minutes in, and so I took a second dose actually. So at this ceremony I did a double dose, kind of on accident, and the effects all hit at once, and there was this crazy thunderstorm out of nowhere, and we just got poured on, and like we ran to the car and took shelter for a little bit, and it just was wild, really, really wild and powerful, and I knew like everything that was gonna come up was gonna be really intense, because like the environment started to match my internal environment. And we waited for this storm to pass, went back out, I laid down, she asked me the questions that I had written down, and we worked together for about 4 to 5 hours probably. Also, I had a blindfold on. I think getting rid of any stimulus is important. So either closing your eyes or having a blindfold, and if it's loud, maybe having like earplugs. Well, try to do it in a place that's not loud. So what I came up with was like a very, very thorough timeline of my childhood, that I could remember everything. My schools, my what it was like after school, like everything. And before that, I had like very limited memories of my childhood and little blips that I had gained from the last MDMA ceremony. But this experience gave me a very detailed timeline and very detailed history of my life and my childhood, and I was able to revisit a lot about the pain, the physical pain that I have, and talk through some really horrific memories. And my friend was there to just witness and hold space, and yeah, I think going there, going to these places and talking about these things and reliving it is some of the hardest work I've ever done, and also the most freeing, because before it was all stuck, it was stagnant, and the memories like caused so much fear for me. And what MDMA really does is, like I've explained, it helps with the fear response. It inhibits the activity in the amygdala, so we are able to go to these fearful memories without fear and with love, and hopefully rewrite the experience. Yeah, so we did the whole ceremony and closed it out, said a prayer, gave thanks. I sat there for a while, and I actually went back to the site the next day and really like on my own and gave thanks, and felt a lot of it out, cried a lot, and I just felt so grateful for the space. And after that experience, I was able to complete a police report about the abuse, which is, yeah, which was really huge, really huge. And so I can't explain. I feel like I can't explain it enough, or I can't all I know is I have tried so many different forms of therapy, and I've been digging at this stuff for years and years and years, and MDMA has been the most helpful tool for looking into trauma, for looking at traumatic memories and going back there. And I highly recommend it, and I'm open to talk. If there's any questions, comments, please let me know, and thank you for listening.